Bristleback Will? I don't remember Slack saying those.
But it is one of those moments, too, is going into game number 2 where you got to be feeling good. It's the coach of BetBoom. My goodness, they came in, rocked the house. They had a perfectly prepared draft to deal with this Spectre that has been a terror for every team that's faced off against Virtus.pro. And now going into this one, they come up with an answer to the Doom early on. They've got this Wraith King that's going to be played by Nightfall. Let's see if they have what it takes. And this time around, at the very least, they're saying, okay, we're going to give Squadix instead the Kunkka.
Yeah,
so
a much better matchup, obviously. And to be fair, the lane action went fairly well in the previous game for Notice, considering the situation, being such a hard counterpick. But now, you have the counterpick, right? You got the Kunkka and the Invoker. This is the matchup that a lot of the Kunkka players want to get. So hoping to get some great rotations in this game. Coming into it, though, I gotta say, sometimes you can get stomped and you throw it away to draft or something, and maybe they could do that. Be like, okay, yeah, we tried our Spectre, they were obviously ready, and it didn't work out. But the level of just clinical play that BetBoom had, that was terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
They barely made mistakes that entire game. So Virtus.pro, I hope they had a really good talking to there from G, try and set their emotions straight here into this next one.
Yeah, figure out what they need to do differently and seeing if they've come up with answers. That one hurts right there, even just losing out. I mean, this is a lane that I feel like should be going a little bit better through the first wave for Squadix. We'll see if that does come back to haunt it. But, dude, when you get the torrent and still getting denied, GPK is in his head. This is a very strong performance. You can see him just spamming Invoke right in front of him. GPK is feeling himself.
That was actually so nasty. All right, okay, yeah, we better look somewhere else. We gotta find some hope here. We got Notice on the scaling hero down bottom. We got Pure on the most terrifying of heroes here. It was getting a little bit low, but we'll be okay.
Right, and this is something that they were talking about during the panel. Ali was talking about how strong this Muerta Tusk lane can be, and as you see, Sage just barely getting away from all those zombies and skeletons. I mean, dude, Halloween is around,
They're awful.
Yeah.
Skeletons and zombies. Oh, wait, hold up, though.
Finding Pure, chase down, one more hit. Kiritich, able to draw that first blood.
It's really hard to get carries that maximize so nicely with the Tusk, as you were just about to point out, right? This idea of actually utilizing the tag team, it's much more often seen in terms of a position 4+ offlaner situation, where you just hard commit on top of them every time. But with the Muerta, you don't have to hard commit. It's just, if FNG gets the good position, then you can do it with a, but oh, they immediately want to try and punish. Great shot there, though, from Kiritich. Will fear Pure off of him.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, you can sort of just walk in with the Tusk, and if you get a good dead shot, if you get a good calling, they're going to be in a dangerous situation. And we'll watch how these lanes do work out. They've equalized again a little bit in the mid lane, and down bottom, trying to play for this 3-minute Lotus. Who's quicker? FNG. Who's going to get it? Charge now connects. Snowball the dodge. And the turn onto Pure, looking for a dead shot maybe. Got to be careful, pulled back in. Has to walk away from the brambles though. FNG taking too much damage, still has obviously a lot of regen.
Has a blood grenade stashed away too, so might find an opportunity a little bit later to actually get aggressive here. But I mean, last game our first blood was 3 minutes 19. Same-ish here, just before the 3-minute mark, but already a lot more aggression. More trades back and forth, it feels like, in this game than our last one.
GPK keeps on finding these denies. This is not something that's supposed to happen. I mean, you look, granted, different now because he's a universal hero. GPK's damage has been building into it by getting this Bracer, Crown, Circlet. He's trying to go for a maxed out right-click build, which is pretty nifty, and getting into the Solar Crest as quick as possible.
All the last that's looking kind of all right, though, across the board. Here, the only one a little bit behind here due to some charging aggression that he's been opting for here, and of course the kill in the bottom lane. But other than that, pretty chillaxed here. And one of the best things that I would say for Virtus.pro this game is Noticed here, as I'm going to curse him.
Oh, yeah.
As they rotate around on him.
Oh, man. They're getting through all of the summons. Like I say, it's the skeletons, it's the zombies.
Like I said, game looking much better for Noticed here because he's on this big scaling hero, right? This has been a lot of success for Virtus.pro. Not so great there. Yeah, I played against this yesterday or 2 days ago, this Undying and Wraith King, and I just looked at my hero and I was dead. The summons are brutal.
They're devastating. Pure, he's getting punched a couple of times, walk in and actually able to dodge away from those brambles. But Kiritich definitely off to a better start than he had in the last game. Across the board, actually. All of the lanes seeming to do decently for VP.
See if they can actually find a second kill here this time, and see if they can also make use of these twin gates, of course, as we heard T mention in there on the panel.
Definitely is feeling good, though. I like this build that he is going for. His charge down bottom, FNG. Could think about going again when he has the next round of his abilities up. Deadshot pushes Pure in closer. Yeah, Muertes is having a free time.
She's doing a great job here. Like, Kira did an excellent job here. And he's just constantly keeping the pressure up as much as he can, right? Every little right click that you can get, of course, getting maximized there with the help of the gunslinger. Really trying to keep this pressure on so they don't feel comfortable diving you.
Oh, and maybe a little bit of a miscommunication up top. Thought that they wanted to go in for an Inkswell play, but was not actually in position to do just that. So, at least at this early going with Earn done, we'll see if Invoker wants to maybe get active if he gets lucky with one of these runes or has other people rotate into his lane. Already, VP, they're bringing 3 mid. So trying to set up to stack the camps, it looks like, with the Grimstroke, while Toronto Tokyo is going to rotate across through the Twin Gate. Thought about it. They're going to make a move now onto Kiritich. Potentially, Tombstone down, and yes, they are. Drops down the blood grenade, wants to hunt. The fear pushes one away. Can Kiritich survive through this? Trying to take down that zombie house. One more hit, it's there. Toronto Tokyo will come through with save for the finish. But in the end, FNG able to get a return kill.
I get one trade, but it's certainly favoring BetBoom, of course, to slow down this Muerta, a hero who's trying to get as much fire as possible in the early game. Up top as well, the stun on the Notice here with the chase down of the Skellies. Just loses half of his HP. That's a tough one here. Still has the highest net worth, though, as you can see on the predictions there for everyone watching in-game on our Muerta.
7-minute mark coming around now, and Virtus.pro last game were able to steal away the double Wisdom rune. This time around, it does look like BetBoom Team are in a better position to go and claim those ones, so should be a trade-off of one apiece.
I remember at that point it was already looking pretty rough for Virtus.pro.
Oh yeah.
Because we were kind of happy they managed to actually get the Wisdom rune, so this time, of course, things a lot more stable here. But Pure on the Spirit Breaker, you know he just wants to break open this mid-game, right?
Oh, yeah.
You've all been watching Spirit Breaker. You've probably been playing against Spirit Breaker. Hopefully not playing Spirit Breaker, I'd hope. None of you out here. You know, these Midas Octarine gamers all over the place.
It does become really disgusting. And again, if you're tuning in for the first time in a while, you're like, Spirit Breaker Core, what the heck's going on? You're going to see this guy run all over the map, just farm up absolutely everything. He might end up with the most last hits by the end of this game. Just
it has happened.
That's how it works.
Yeah, you just charge right through that creep wave, you get all that gold, life's good.
Oh boy.
Let's see if they can slow down this Spirit Breaker at all here. As it gets
Or
the
he
phase
might
boost.
die like 10 times. That could happen.
Yeah, you know, that's also possible.
Give and you take. EMP always hurts. Kunkka losing all that mana. Toronto Tokyo shows up. They're actually charging now. Bringing in numbers. Are they trying to bait this in? Snowball going at the same time. Squad X, he gets the boat off though. And now the catch. Is it going to be enough for the kill?
They got him. Not 2 games in a row.
That's right. Not going to drop that time. And with the actually Tombstone down, they'll farm that up too. VP looking great.
I mean, that's got to feel great after that last match, right? I mean, he spends the entire time just terrorizing you, and you finally bring him down.
Let's see if they can continue that type of a play as this game gets later and later. A lucky bash. Keeps Pure perfectly fine and dandy. And in the meantime, we talked about this as a counter. The one plus side for Doom is that you should be able to farm pretty safely in this one.
As the Vanguard, right? Been waiting for
they
that.
bring everybody and he gets Caster Curse. That's a possibility too.
We got to stop talking about Notice.
Honestly.
Every time we bring it up, he's near death here.
Manages to get out before too much extra aggression comes in as the 9-minute mark comes around.
Somewhat failed rotation from GPK, but circles right back for a bounty rune. Toronto Tokyo happy to spend a little bit of time here in the mid lane here. He's level 5 in this Undying, trying to get to level 6. Spear's gonna run an FNG here.
Oh, stun.
All right, gotta watch the. Oh,
He's gonna get the kill.
jeez, I thought they might need like a Deadshot play or something there, but between the silence and the Grimstroke, not a chance at all. They do have a lot of frustrating lockdown early on for the Spirit Breaker, actually.
Yeah, it's frustrating to play against. I mean, you know, there aren't many things that he hates to play into, but if you can catch him before he gets that Charger Bulldoze off, it definitely hurts. Now the move in towards mid. Squad X does have enough to get the boat off, and actually finding Toronto Tokyo. Gonna pull him back in even closer. Snowball onto the Invoker as Toronto Tokyo drops lower and lower. The dead shot goes out, but the slow is there. Virtus.pro ready to fight back in game 2. Gonna make this one a little interesting.
FNG's crushing it. 1-0-4 in this Tusk. He's a part of so many of these kills right now. 5 out of the 6. GPK, oh, immediately cancels that regen. What a frustrating fellow.
See if they can catch him out and actually throw a couple of tips around.
They got some respect back and forth here for the mid players.
I mean, you got to imagine Squadix after that last game has been like, you bullied me all freaking game. I'm going to try and pull this one back.
Do you think he's just like, he definitely doesn't have Exort, right, guys? You know, he's farming on top of a Watcher there.
No chance.
He does just get his first point now at level 8, though. Nasty Sunstrike's about to come out.
Down bottom. Tusk is kind of in a deep position, is going to run into a lot along with Nightfall. So they pass by each other. This is everybody from BetBoom. They brought the house.
Yeah, charge not up for another 10 seconds here, but there's Skelly's hitting this tower with a catapult. I think Kiritich is going to start farming his way back towards the base.
Yeah, they got to get out.
Closing in on that Maelstrom to really increase that farm speed and try and stay on top of the net worth board here.
Well, and you got to imagine, too, in a game like this is really important that you start to get some good momentum for Virtus.pro. This is a young team. This is a team that hasn't played on the main stage a ton at many different tournaments. And on an elimination game, if you suddenly start dropping a couple kills here or there, the game doesn't go the way you want it to, it could go bad. But these type of kills, if you can secure them, are a nice little injection. So Kiritich makes the move. They're going to give the kill over to that Muerta.
So important to slow him down before that Midas. And also catching him before the Willow is level 6, because you're almost playing a bit defensively there on save, right? And, well, he's trying to make some saves, but doesn't have the Terrorize yet. Try and back up the Spirit Breaker.
See if they can keep these feet under him and keep this momentum going for Virtus.pro. And for BetBoom, I mean, again, you have a lineup that can play somewhat high tempo, but of course, again, it's Invoker trying to get into the Midas, become that scaling hero that we've come to see. 7-2 right now is the score. Only 1,000 gold separating the two squads. Stacks on stacks going to be claimed here.
Much faster pacing here for the Kunkka in this one. Nice Squadix. Thinking about joining up with this push, but waves are coming in mid, so.
Instead, going to go on to GPK. They find him there. Snowball Inkswell got him caught and can't dispel it with that tornado. They do have the ghost ship already out, but not going to be enough for the kill with multiple people coming in. Oh, can they get the kill here? This would be huge. If Squadix goes down, he's in trouble. Soulbind, is it going to be enough? No, Kiritich shows out and turns the fight. That is what they needed.
Oh my goodness, the XP on save is killing them right now. He was so close to 6. They could have turned everything, right?
Yeah.
One Terrorize, one Bedlam, even just putting that right on top of Pure while he charges in, and suddenly you're the ones who are getting aggressive getting these kills. At least GPK does survive.
Could have made the difference there. And they won't be able to pressure the mid tower too much. It's still down below half HP. But this is a window too where, like, you look at GPK, he wants that first Spirit Vessel charge. Any kill right now is so high value.
He's been trying it for a while. As him and Pure both working on the golden gloves right now, while Noticed is utilizing his already on the Doom.
Nightfall trying to get towards that Radiance. There's going to be a window. And, you know, the other thing the panel talked about, the combination that you can have later with Doom paired together with Grimstroke in terms of the Inkswell. But, of course, the other one's going to be that Soulbind Doom. Can definitely,
2 Dooms?
I know, right? It's pretty good.
That's pretty exciting.
Well, smoke now. BetBoom team. Going to look for somebody.
Trying to use this ward that they have up ahead here, but it's not spawning a whole lot for them, so they're going to start wrapping around behind Noticed instead. He's full HP with a tier 1 and a Vanguard.
Also has
Where's my team?
Serenity.
Where's my
Drop
team?
him down. Is there any help at all? Tries to get out of there. Sage, the Soulbind turn he wanted to do, but not going to go for it. Instead, the Snowball. Now the dead shot connects onto both. The leash is there. Do they have enough for the kill? Nightfall chase shards just barely off the mark, but the X. They move in now with Squadix. Going to catch onto him. Hit some good damage. The bow is just off the mark. Still enough for the kill. GPK, he's going to try and turn this. The Fear pulls back in.
Goodness.
The Wraith King and just obliterates.
Where'd he go?
Pierce the Veil way too strong. And though they lose the Doom, VP keep this momentum going and even find a dead shot. Wait a minute, save. He might be in some trouble, Inkswell. Can they get it off in time for the stun? Yes, they will. Sayuj, right on time.
Okay, Virtus process. We got a series here, folks. 15 minutes in, 12-3 in a 4K lead going the way to Virtus.pro. Things looking so much better for them.
It is definitely turned around. And you know, you start to build some momentum, and suddenly BetBoom Team, how are they going to respond to this? Obviously, still they've got a lot of their draft left to unpack and time to come for them to start feeling better, but they got to start thinking about maybe shoving out all these waves and just buying time with the Midases or something.
And how much time are you going to get?
Right.
How similar will Virtus.pro play this game compared to how BetBoom did last time? Getting across that river, getting into your jungle, taking away the space to farm. And, well, similarly, BetBoom probably going to be waiting on that Radiance. Much like Kirtich was on the Spectre, that's going to be the problem for Nightfall here on this Wraith King.
So time will be on the side, most likely, of BetBoom if they can get there, but that could be a big ask for them. And now, 15 minutes in, it does kind of feel like Roche taking potential for both teams is quite high if they find themselves in a decent position. Obviously, Pierce the Veil, you can take it so quickly, and then the Flesh Golem from Toronto Tokyo.
Oh, Pure.
But this kill, this is a good one to get.
The chain disable.
Can they bring them down all the way? Pure tried to get the charge off, but they clean it up with the Kunkka. A pretty good answer overall. That mid tower still not down yet, though.
Skeletons pushing out in the top lane. You had Toronto Tokyo has just been jungling on Undying, trying to get towards a pipe, trying to help the team out, knowing that that aggression is coming and seeing this massive magical damage that they have inside of Virtus.pro between the Kunkka and the Muerta.
Wow. The rest of the Virtus.pro squad, they're going to head on into the jungle and see if they can find somebody. Now, there is a ward, so the BetBoom Team, they see this.
Ooh, save. Not spotted there.
Yeah, that's nice. So they saw the ward being placed down underneath their own sentry, and immediately you can see BetBoom evacuate. Although GPK, wait a minute, if he shows on this creep wave, they might go, or thinking about Nightfall. Moving in, bottom. This is a pretty deep dive. There's TP rotations coming in, going up towards this high ground area. You got to be careful. Are you going in it too far right now on Virtus.pro? The Terrorize is there too. FNG is in no man's land, but the turn. Looking for a chase down. They get the dead shot to pull him back into position, and the double doom. It actually works out for him. They're going to bring down the Undying. I think he dies.
Oh, get him.
Yes, they will. Nightfall able to move in.
And Save still on the run here. Will escape down to the south. Should be all right. As they make their way back towards that mid lane. GBK, however, has cut all the way up top here and is going to try and push this out.
Try and pull that. Noticed. Eats up the creep. Mjolnir next on the docket. GPK is over here. Still not easy, and yeah, they're going to get the D ward. Sage so retreats before any extra action comes through. And at this 18-minute mark, he's already thinking about that Aghanim Scepter on the Grimstroke. So wanting to have that big answer to Nightfall when he comes around.
Yeah, and of course he's getting up there now too with that Radiance. Very close after getting a kill in that last fight and managing to not go down. When they started that initiation on a Nightfall, it was like 15 seconds till his ulti was back up, so could have gone poorly if it wasn't for all the assistance that came through from Toronto Tokyo on that TP.
Yeah. Well, the next couple of minutes are going to be pretty telling as to what the pace of this game looks like. Squadix trying to get into that Aghanim Scepter, and I want to see what the next set of items are. If with no BKBs, there is a window here where maybe BetBoom can do something.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that comes down to Pure, right? And this is one of the most tenderized pieces of beef I've ever seen. He's 0-6-1.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, Spirit Breaker's not usually down that low at this tournament so far.
That means it's less tough, isn't it?
Well, I mean, he's been beat so many times.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
He's 0-6-1.
I see.
So he's tenderized. Yeah, it's a lot funnier when you explain it.
Yeah, I think so.
So thanks for the help on that.
Listen, I can't turn off my chef brain, okay?
Gotcha.
This is the curse I'm afflicted with. 19 minutes and getting close to and now completing Octarine. Dude, he's so big on this.
Just better Spirit Breaker. He's just, that's a nice build, you know?
He's a monster. Yeah, Noticed is going to start popping off here pretty soon. If they can get this Blink Dagger online and then into the BKB, that's going to be that window they're looking for.
And of course the BKB as well onto Kirtich, right?
Oh yeah.
Get this nice, safe Muerta. That's the idea. Really help them push forward on the map, get whatever objective they want as they create some space for her.
Well, some laughs coming out from GPK as they buy as much time as they possibly can. And I mean, the next window that I feel like you might look for, have they even been able to, they have taken down that mid-tier 1 tower at the very least for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, the Ag's definitely the big thing, I think, there too, right, for Squadix.
Yeah.
Certainly hoping to grab that up on the Kunkka, move forward from there. Best targets to take down in the fight, probably the 2 supports. I mean, they've done a really good job of just cleaning up Pure super fast. I don't know how long that'll last. The Bulldoze levels are coming through, but they also have some spells that the Bulldoze isn't really going to help you with. So depending on the positioning, that could be the hero they grab. But I think just getting Toronto Tokyo before Tombstone is obviously the big goal. So expect to see him kind of lurking a bit, I think, in these fights to make sure he survives. I'll see if Notice will survive here as GPK is stalking from the Ghost Walk.
Ready, ready, ready. Finds him immediately, and with no BKB and Octarine Core, it's a lot of damage out. Turns with the Doom. Okay, now moving in. There's more heroes in the area. Sayuj shows up. FNG there too. The stun. They have a snowball save. Can they get there in time? Notice they pull him through, chase down, and connect onto GPK for the finish. Yes. Notice kills him off, now tries to walk out. Notice is actually living. The charge is going to be enough, though, to bring him down in the end. Save trying to escape under the cover of that Glimmer Cape. Torrent connects, and the X marks the spot. Enough to finish him off. It is going to be a trade of 2 apiece, though.
I mean, considering the situation, maybe okay for BetBoom?
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, they get the gold advantage, the XP advantage just a little bit. They're doing it on the Radiant side of the map, so they shouldn't be punished too hard for this. Now, there is one objective down here that they're eyeing, and that might be the Roche.
Could be good. Yeah, and you can see just how much they were able to clean that one up. As Notice realized, hey, you know what? We can take the fight right now. I am tanky as it can be. But wasn't able to survive through it all at the end of the day. As the next couple of minutes here, I'm also thinking a little bit about the way that these fights might make out and the way that Virtus.pro want to play it. You mentioned earlier that it was like the fast tempo that they might be looking for. Do you think that they need to play with that fast tempo if BetBoom gets to a later stages? How scary is that team?
It certainly depends on the pacing of the Spirit Breaker, I think. Right now, you're kind of feeling okay about it because he's a little bit behind. You know, we've seen some Spirit Breakers that are considerably out of control at this point. But I do think it's important that they grab this Aegis. They're kind of down here, mulling about for a little bit here. Maybe we just want to ensure that the creeps are actually hitting that tier 1 tower down bottom first. They take it super fast. It's not a big deal. They're not going to use the Pierce the Veil, though. They don't want to use Merit's ultimate right now because they want to ensure that they save that. So it'll take slightly longer, but that's okay.
Right, no real contention coming in, but we have seen a lot of these fights around the Roche pit where FNG, don't die, dude. A lot of these fights are on the Roche pit where, you know, Muerta pops ultimate, they take it quick, but then the fight happens afterwards and you lose the fight because you don't have the ultimate.
Oh my goodness, but you know, you're seeing it now though from Pure, right? Okay,
yeah.
He's got 4 points bulldoze. He just walks into the middle of that wave bottom, or in the mid lane. He just bulldozes, charges through, gone. Whole wave's eliminated. And now, all right, now we're in trouble. So you can have a 2K lead by the time he gets the Midas Octarine here. With a Doom on your team, this would be a humongous kill for them.
Can they get him? Oh, chase. They purge. Oh, the purge creep. No bulldoze.
He's
and Doom.
That.
TP out. Do they have a way to break it? He needs something. Oh my goodness, he gets away. And actually still burning down in the fountain. All the meantime, they are starting to lose this Willow. Stun is there. With the water park, it's enough for the kill. But Pure does survive in fountain.
Yes, a little bit terrifying. If you haven't played Dota in a while, you no longer heal when you're doomed. So can be a bit spooky.
But you can TP out, which just feels wrong every time I see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm very confused right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, pressuring with this Aegis, sweeping across the map here, knowing that it's going to be very hard for them to get punished for this. And you're just going to be seeing Pure moving through, trying to catch as many waves as possible. Slow this game down. I would be feeling pretty okay with this game if I was BetBoom.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, problems that have come up, but only a 2,000 gold lead at 24 minutes. This definitely can go either way, and it's going to depend a lot more on the team fights. I think back to the last game, and when Virtus.pro was in the BetBoom position that they were in, it was feeling really impossible to do anything. This time, BetBoom feel like they can still kind of do what they want. But it is going to be a shard picked up for save.
Oh, very helpful in these team fights.
KV's done. Yeah, I don't know. Taking a fight now for VP I mean, it's not going to be easy. They really have to make sure that they're hitting their spells right and that they're getting some kills either before BKBs come out or they kite them afterwards.
I think that what's important right now is just cleaning up the tier 2s, because I do think that's very easy for them in the current setup. Because there's no BKB on the Spirit Breaker, they can just make their way through the map, clear up these tier 2s as they go. The problem is with the Midas and the Octarine on the Spirit Breaker, you can see it right now on the minimap. He's just moving around, clearing every single wave instantly. So his gold is starting to, like, he's actually passing by the Doom despite them being in a disadvantageous map position because of this.
Well, and look at also how spread out BetBoom is on the map. Like, they're everywhere.
But
and all of VP is stuck right behind this Kiritich Muerta.
Like, he was just behind their tier 2 top, and he just annihilates the entire wave. He just appears, charges through, wave is gone.
Yeah.
All of that gold into his pockets.
It's going to start to become an issue.
I'll take your Ancients while I'm at it.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, too scared. Couldn't finish him off.
So the rest of VP play together, and you can see the gold lead contracting. That's because they're playing so close and grouped up. BetBoom, they know that, you know, this is where VP is at. In a way, I feel like if VP play this sort of like passive, steady style, eventually BetBoom are going to eclipse them. I feel like they need to do some type of a smoke play or something at the same time. Throw some trickery in there. We'll see.
Getting the tier 2s is the big thing, right? That is what's going to help. The catapults are doing a lot of work. They're a lot harder to bring down. So just getting to the tower like this was very helpful.
Kiritich forced back for a moment while the waves obliterated.
He's just having a time.
Off to the races.
And he's got that, man, he was working on this BKB, like he was so far away.
Yeah.
And he just kills all these waves, and now it's just there.
And he's underneath wards, and they just can't do anything to stop it. The wave's gone. Pure runs out. And if he just goes through the gate now, all this movement that's been going on is going to be for nothing.
Someone's queuing up a pub right now. They're like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
I mean, that's the thing, too, is like this was a first pick hero for a reason. There's been a reason that has consistently been banned out.
He's just climbing the ranks. He's just going up the ladder. He's catching up to Nightfall.
Yeah.
Oh, look, another creep wave here. Oh, bye. Oh, that's fun.
Shame if something were to happen to it. Can they catch him here, though? Underneath a ward, they see Pure. They know he's here. Squad X tries to get in range, and they will get him with the X.
And yet
he's gone.
Yep.
Just like that.
But BKB charged down.
True.
Man, getting that wave earlier was so huge for BetBoom too. Like, I feel like they should have lost this mid tower.
Yeah.
You know, but just cutting and cutting constantly. Like, he's just down bottom again. All right, I swear, I'll look at something else, I promise. But it's kind of hard.
It's true. I mean, there is a very clear way that VP are trying to play, which is pushing in these waves, getting the rest of the tier 2 towers with the duration of this Aegis. But there's 10 seconds left. Are they going to try and go on him here now?
It's spotting all the backliners. They know where Notice is. They saw where FNG was lurking. They're thinking about a play here.
As the Aegis expires, but no, they're not going to go for it. They do get the tier 2, though.
Okay, and they got the Blink Dagger up on Nightfall, right? GBK still a little bit low on the mobility. But Nightfall. He doesn't go.
BetBoom, they're thinking about it. Chasing, blink forward, stun is out, but the Terrorize to follow. It's a lot committed to get one, but they find another. Now the Soulbind connects onto 2, the Doom connects onto both of them also. Tusk is not in this fight. The BKB is there, wants to chase. Kiritich beating into them. So much damage out with that Pierce the Veils. They kill him off once. GPK, BKB running in. Toronto Tokyo still alive. They decided not to buy back on this Tusk. So taking this fight without him, Notice is going to fall. And just like that, it is going to be a fight. It feels like won by BetBoom.
I mean, they're on their side of the map. They get back. They get the DD rune after. They get the gold advantage as well with the 2 kills to the 1. Pure, you know, dying. It's okay. He'll find some more farm.
Oh, yeah. Well, and showing the danger. I mean, this lineup, things are definitely starting to tilt more and more into the favor of BetBoom as we're getting later. And this next Roche is going to become, it feels like, the very important turning point.
They have just completely dominated them in terms of map movements, like truly. I mean, this shows why the Spirit Breaker, like, we saw how much he was struggling.
Yeah.
Right? 0-6-1 started this game. Couldn't get anything going, constantly being silenced up. The calling was there from the Muerta. Little phantoms are hopping on top of him from Grimstroke, Soulbinds, everything you can imagine. Just killing him over and over again. And then Midas Octarine is complete, and suddenly he is a BKB and is 4th on the net worth.
It is pretty insane how much and how quickly that can start to stack up.
Oh, he's doing the, we've seen this play quite a bit as well from the Spirit Breaker players, where they bring out their courier to charge that camp. Very useful. It's helpful to just have it here the whole time as well, right? So you always have an escape mechanism.
I think that there's still some of the settings that you can do where you can hotkey your courier, or rather your vision to a specific hotkey too.
Yep, you can do that too, yeah.
Some of the old tech. But 18-8, and what has felt like a somewhat of a slow, beat down game that was looking good for VP has definitely stalled out, and they've gotten what they wanted.
It's such cerebral play from BetBoom is what it is.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, this Spirit Breaker, it's just, it's too genius.
Exactly. It's too hard to comprehend how complex this hero is.
It's truly something masterful. I mean, he's calculating these angles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When will the next creep wave come? He just knows. It's like they're on a timer.
Well, to be honest, when I tried doing it, I couldn't do it. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, he didn't get me first. I mean, he still has TP.
Okay. He doesn't want a TP. He's just going to another strike a creep and get out of there.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right. Oh, I guess there was a task. So
yeah,
that
good
makes
point,
sense.
good point, good point.
Yep, we are smart casters.
Well done. Gets out of trouble, gets back out on the map. Gonna be fine and dandy. Man. Yeah, I guess that's the thing too, is that like having the Tusk, you need something. Eventually, you think about it, maybe level 25 for Doom. Perfect. You can have another way to break it. You can get the mute out finally again. And this might be one of those games that starts to go the distance.
Well, it's definitely looking that way. I mean, they're waiting for the next Roche before they want to move again.
Yeah.
Did not get everything they would hope to achieve, I'm sure, on that last one. Still have the tier 2 bottom, just missing the tier 2 mid. I mean, that was a massive win for BetBoom that they held so much of the space on the map through that first Aegis. And now moving into lurking for the second one here. It will be a Radiant side Roche, and they're going to know that as well.
Right. A minute gives them pretty good window where VP should be able to claim it. Now this feels like it's much more likely to be one of those where you maybe think about piercing the veil and just getting it as quickly as you can. Based upon how they're set up, they might try and defend this area. That's an AC done for the Wraith King, but it's the same time that Grimstroke completed the Ags.
Yeah, so we've talking about that for a while. Been working on it for a long time. Looking for a copy of one of these big heroes.
Gotta watch for this now. Aghanim's also done on Squad X. This fight might be insane.
So they have vision behind themselves on BetBoom, but none up ahead. There is vision in the lane currently. Ob Sentry combo for Virtus.pro as Notice does pop.
Breaks it.
Knows they're nearby.
Hides behind
Save just goes to the big ward.
He gets it down. That's good vision.
They do Sentry for it though, so Virtus.pro immediately want to move away from that area. Don't want to fight under a ward here from BetBoom.
The vision becomes paramount. They have one down in the lane, which is pretty good for VP. Oh my God, this is a crazy play. Wait a minute, they pop Pierce the Veil and they're just going to take the Roche. If they can get it in time, and look at this.
Yeah, they know they want to wrap.
BetBoom, they're taking too long, but the Sunstrike is there. They're going to come in.
They're coming in.
Are they going to be too late? FNG, he's really low. Gets the snowballs. Trying to back out. He walks in and he gets it though. Kiritich snatches the Aegis, forced Staff to get out of trouble. Now connection. Doom, does he have enough damage? The connection of both. That's a Doom onto Spirit Breaker. Pretty solid. And look at the deeps.
Oh, they got a Spirit Breaker of their own.
Can they get it? Any way to break it? No. GBK will get out. But the play, that is a big ball play going for VP. Holy moly.
That is so terrifying versus Invoker and Spirit Breaker, right? Like he did the Sunstrike for the vision, the charge through, and not able to clean it up though. Great play, especially using the Pierce the Veil too, right? Because you're not going to have it for the fight afterward.
Exactly. Oh man, that was close. That was on a knife's edge.
All right, well, we'll see if they can be a bit more successful out here on the map compared to that last game. They struggled a little bit here as GPK's Courier is in a precarious position here, looking for a Lincoln Sphere.
Man.
Sneaking around.
Well, Blink Dagger now done for the Tusk too. 20-8. And I mean, so with this Aegis, how much do you feel like you need to get done for VP now? Because, you know, you've sort of reclaimed some more of that, the power. You can try and push high ground maybe if you want, but that doesn't feel great either.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, obviously getting a big kill out on the map is what really determines it, right? You know, if there's a haste rune up there, maybe that could help. Give yourself something in terms of the actual catch around this map, but getting good vision down and trying to get a pick outside of the base to enable you to go for a tier 3, and then you have this threat of like win condition if you get a buyback on someone. That's what you're hoping for right now as Virtus.pro. But also just getting huge objectives like Wisdom Runes and Tormentors could be good as we approach the 35-minute mark.
Well,
All right, steal this one away here. And they already have a lot of shards, so that one's going to go all the way up to Noticed.
That's a nice one. Gets what he needs there. And we didn't even really get to see that much of the Dark Portrait in that last fight.
I did see a Spirit Breaker running around there, so just getting stuff done. Of course, that could have been the planar pocket.
Right, that's a good point.
Who knows?
The planar pocket.
Coming into clutch.
I mean, it's scary. If you actually, manage to steal that one away with Bulldoze going on, it'd be pretty nifty. But nonetheless, it is BetBoom holding their high ground. The pings come out. They're going to tempt this. VP getting a little antsy.
And there's that Wisdom Rune steal. Nice positioning from Notice to keep that on his mind. But of course, Pure has the same thought. He is charging that top lane. He wants their Wisdom Rune, but he has to cancel. He's going to try and cut this wave mid, trying to slow down this push.
Snowball.
Oh, Pure's not here.
The Force Staff away. He's in trouble now. FNG in no man's land is just going to die. They do manage to claim the tier 3 tower, but Tusk just in deep wanted to find that punch and then maybe a dead shot back or something.
And Pure is just going for the waves in the mid. Yeah. They're going to try and stop him at all, or is he just going to get away with it?
No,
he can't keep getting away with this. But he is.
And he's probably going to get the Wisdom Rune too. He's out across, maybe a little bit too afraid. Yes.
Squonix is on it, yeah.
No
I had a feeling he might show up.
So VP, and you can see the 36-minute Midas.
Okay, perfect.
Got by Toronto Tokyo.
This makes absolutely no sense, says Save. Just keeping an eye on his captain there.
Yep, they're also getting a Midas on Save, so that's going to be how many now? Is that 4 Midases?
Yeah, Nightfall just falling behind on the tech. Tired out there.
Okay, interesting. So we know where BetBoom want to go with the game.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll see if VP are going to let them get there.
It's either Herald gameplay or absolute top the international gameplay for the 5 Midas, right?
There is no in between. Oh, and this is the other one. Oh, God. Gets the X pullback. The X siege, as they weren't quite able to break that TP of Pure. Range racks very low, and with people retreating to their side of the map, VP are just going to reset. Only 40 seconds left on this Aegis.
Fairly successful so far, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
No massive losses. Playing a lot of time on the enemy side of the map. Taking a Tormentor here. Getting a Courier.
Looking.
Forcing the opponents to buy Midases.
Not quite able to get there in time. I mean, I think back again to that BetBoom game that we saw earlier where Toronto Tokyo was playing the Undying, got up to 10k HP with the Aghanim Scepter, and he's already got it queued up again. He's got BKB Aghanims after, so knows what he wants to do in this game.
And he's got the other great neutral item there in the Ogre Seal Totem. Very, very nice on these support heroes where you feel pressured to buy like an aura or something and you have no survivability, and just get you out in the nick of time.
But Virtus.pro, I mean, they're sort of still holding on to this area of the map, and the unfortunate reality is that they don't have any way to shut down the Spirit Breaker from doing this, like we've talked about multiple times. So they aren't really stopping BetBoom from farming. They're still getting kind of everything that they want, and this net worth lead is sort of just standing constant.
Yeah, they're holding 2 waves though, right? Like they are getting waves mid, they are getting waves bottom. But can they actually do something with it?
Well, he went in and got the range rack, so nice little sneak play there. Okay, good, smart spot.
Oh, looks like they're just kind of deciding, but now what, right? Like, are we going to hard commit for a melee Rex?
I mean, there's no way. I think that they actually are going to wait for next Roche. And the thing about this, too, is that, like, notice he's got Refresher at this point. They are getting very farmed also on VP, but are the supports going to keep up in the same way that the supports of BetBoom Team?
Oh, okay, he went for it one more time there.
Chasing.
Tusk is here, snowball in.
This is good for them if they can connect. Pure, no way out. Fish punches there. Let's for the Nether Strike and then the run away. Okay, Pure's out.
Good. The Lincoln Sphere coming in the clutch there.
Jeez. Oh, wow. Gets out of trouble. Well, another instance as Muerta will get some good damage onto him. Needs to back out of there. Sunstrike actually connects.
That was sick.
Down to about a quarter HP.
Oh.
Refresher done
come
now
on.
Spirit Breaker.
have mercy.
Dude, they're getting there. BetBoom, they're actually going to hold. I don't think that VP has been able to play fast enough tempo. And now, highest hero level in the game, starting to get towards the highest everything. Is net worth's going to be up there?
Okay, but here's what it is, though. Muerta players, this is where they want you, right? Those Muertas, they want you to think that you've got an advantage, and they want you to forget that they're playing Muerta.
Okay.
Right? You've seen these late game fights from a Muerta.
It's true.
It's unbelievable. One good positioning during Pierce the Veil, other team's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It can completely boggle the mind how much damage she's able to dole out. FNG, though, is
always over
charged, and land the Bedlam from very far range, and then they just move in for the swipe. Nightfall gets the kill. I mean, how quickly things can turn. It can happen in just an instant if they're not careful. This marks the spot, still held, not used yet. Nightfall.
Oh, Kiritich.
On to Kiritich, and now the Terrorize and the connection! Fully chain stun gone!
Like, he didn't think they'd do it.
Even more! Oh, he didn't get a chance, didn't get the BKB on
another one.
Finds him! Notice in trouble! It was going so well, and BetBoom just shut the door!
I think they just thought they wouldn't jump. I was like, I'm fine up here, I don't need a BKB. Just absolutely blown up there, and now with this refresher, I mean, you could just see Pure, if he wants to commit, you're just done. Goes for a second charge through there, didn't even have to use the Nether Strike, just spent his time waving at him while he killed him.
Wow, BetBoom making good calls in this one and retake the map with all the lanes constantly shoved out. There just was no answer. And now a tier 2 tower gonna go down. Look how much damage was done. They couldn't do anything on VP.
All right, Dota is a team game.
Oh yeah.
But seriously, Pure just won this game. Like Pure's map gameplay, and sure, his team's setting up for it, but this idea of the Spirit Breaker and opening all this up, he has done so much individually to keep this game going and now giving them straight up the lead. I mean, they have the advantage in this game at this point.
Right. Well, and like you said, it was the stun, the 4 staff away, didn't BKB, and I mean, it's just a painful one. It hurts when that happens like that. The charge through the control onto Noticed. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination.
They got a lucky break.
They did.
Because that Roche is not there.
Well, and the other thing for VP is they got to right the ship. They got to calm themselves, get themselves in a good state of mind. And
they have Kunkka.
That's right.
He can right the ship.
Hey.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But it is a very long Roche. So they've been waiting there. It's almost max time. So they're just kind of sitting there like, where is this thing? Why isn't it spawning? And that's huge news for Virtus.pro because it's hard to imagine they want to give this up. Like, Muerta needs that burst fight. So more lives, like you're already dealing with the Wraith King. I don't think you want to have to handle another one. Same thing with the Doom. They got to get this fight. So this could be the one that decides it here, folks.
Well, Doom does not have bots level 2, so getting there a little bit tough for him at the moment. Is going to TP in now to rejoin the crew.
No vision up ahead here for Virtus.pro. They don't know what's going on. And Nightfall is just sitting here alacritied up ready. The Penguin comes in.
They're ready to make it a big jump forward. This Doom so tanky already, and then the shield
Pure,
makes it even more. They walk right in, able to connect, but they find him. Good snowball save. That keeps him alive. Pure, he's going to get hit by that snowball with the refresher, and then Notice pops BKB, rolls back through onto 2. They're all caught in no man's land. Notice looking for a target, can't find anybody. They just don't have the good fight at all. VP gets completely caught out of position like that, and I mean, now Notice he might go down too. They just keep finding these openings. BetBoom on the right side of the fight, and when Chaos is striking, it is all coming up BetBoom. My goodness, this team is way too good.
Certainly are. There now backing up to their base. You got to imagine they're going to head back. Check out Roche. And it's still got enough time to still finish it off on this Radiant side if they want. No real rush here as some X plays now from Squadix to try and keep this wave pushed out just a little bit, but GPK, great play in that team fight. The snowball save was excellent to start the fight, but then he just holds Tornado, catches them on the way out.
Oh yeah.
Easy setup for the rest of the team. Another Tornado later on to help catch out onto Notice there too, so easy mop and bucket here for him. And just solid positioning too, obviously, like way back behind Nightfall, then a cheeky little wraparound. Pure. Oh, okay. Pops the Lincolns, then X's.
Okay.
BKB back up in 1 though.
I mean, bulldoze, right? Like even X, it just doesn't last. He's trying to do anything at all, but
he's not taunting.
It does wear out now. Okay, now BKB and then charges away. It just doesn't matter. Dude, you run into like all these heroes and you can't do anything to stop this guy. He is so incredibly strong. And Toronto Tokyo is the one that takes the Aghanim Scepter.
Wow. I mean, it must be nice being the captain.
Right?
Yeah.
So he is now catching up to and going to be on par with the Invoker. I mean, I have not seen the combos. I haven't seen the Grimstroke Soulbind with Dark Portrait paired together with the Doom for a very long time. And I can't help but think that some of this is like outwarding, outpositioning. They're just getting outplayed.
I'm sorry, I'm still just not over the fact that he is the Aghanim. He is double Midas, he just uses.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Toronto Tokyo doesn't care. It's like, look, everybody thought that I switched from core, but no, he is actually the character.
Hand it over here, guys.
He's got a Wraith Band too, why not? Getting Lincoln's next. This guy's a monster.
I feel like Pure, you know, might have deserved it a little bit here. That can be real.
You don't want the Aghanim, sure.
He's got Wind Waker going on now too.
It's not like it's good.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Willow, you know, Undying?
And
All right, we'll see. He just wants 10k HP again, like you were saying previously, so.
well, X-Play from Squadix tries to do a little bit of wave pushing himself. As Nightfall is queuing up the Aghanim Scepter, and a 16,000 gold lead. It just keeps getting bigger. Not quite able to catch Pure there with that tidal wave as he's heading cross country and has a full Wind Waker.
How many marathons do you think he's charged this game?
I mean, there's a lot there.
It's a lot of distance.
Making moves. As, I mean, again, their positioning, you can see that with this Aegis, they don't even feel super compelled to push high ground with BetBoom because they just feel good about the way this game is going to go as it gets later. You still have 4 Midases.
Yeah, it's actually not that easy for them to break high ground either.
No.
It kind of would be like a giant jump from Nightfall into hopefully helping to blow someone up, but it's difficult to get that first bit of vision into the back line so that you can get the really solid charges out from Pure. Okay, this is one way to help defend your high ground here, though.
Okay.
Doom has the Aghanims, but more importantly, FNG going for the big kicks, all right?
This would be nice if they can find anybody. Because that's one, too, where like status resistance isn't going to help out Pure as much. If they can manage to get a Doom onto him, that could be the window and how you make it work. So high ground, not easy for either team. There's still only been 1 Rax taken. Oh my God, the Wind Waker, he got away. FNG still hunting, wants to get it, can go for the kick play, but no, the Lincolns! Oh. The Lincolns, it was right there, and now tries to get out, but the Wind Waker away again. This hero is so frustrating to play against, but the Doom Ags doing pretty good work. Can they bring down GPK? They will. That's one time. Do they have another? Tries to kill him off too. Toronto Tokyo, though, building up the stacks. He is getting large and in charge on that Undying. Still controlling. Notice in further trouble. Toronto Tokyo hiding, chasing in the front lines. And there they're going to get it. Look at this freaking zombie. He's a monster. 6,500 HP, 88 stacks. He's dealing so much damage even just to these buildings now. And with 3 dead and no buybacks, I mean, it was a good attempt for a moment, but BetBoom, they're going to claim something here most likely.
I mean, great positioning from BetBoom, right? Like, they're causing you to kill the Aegis as well as one of the lives on the Wraith King. So,
a little bit of a miss on the armlet toggle there, so.
You just wanted it back, you know?
Nightfall, hurting a bit. Will they be able to get more? 55 seconds until Doom. They tidal wave to pull him in, but Lincoln stacked on Lincolns. Tries to do something. The EMP will go out, and that's just going to cover the melee racks being taken.
And we got save here on the safety pushing of the Willow.
Oh, yeah.
Down below here with Aghanim Scepter, just firing away on the tower.
They're all so farmed on BetBoom right now, and VP not coming up with any real answers. You can see how low and small of a duration that X marks the spot is.
This all comes back to that attempted kick onto the Wraith King, right?
Oh, yeah.
Breaking high ground was difficult, but that Lincoln Sphere, it messes up their initiation, then they're outside, you're forced to go for this fight. All just trying to knock down Pure at the very beginning.
Well, they can try and catch him again, but it's not easy.
Pocket.
The Hex is there, the tidal wave, but look at him, he just gets out. The freaking big Yules keeping him alive.
Oh, and he's gonna
Wind Waker is way too good. It's a 9.8 second cooldown on Wind Waker.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting. He has a refresher, why not? Aghanim Scepter now done, gonna be brought out to him soon. They're not even saving for buyback right now. They don't have buyback on the Spirit Breaker or the Wraith King.
They didn't steal their Wisdom Rune, though.
That's a good point.
Positives here for Virtus.pro.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, you're probably going to assume that they definitely did, so you might not even check.
I mean, can they find any window to jump out here and catch somebody? Oh, BetBoom.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Get that XP. Level 24.5 now for Doom. Getting there.
They want to put the nail in the coffin. Pure.
Oh, he's going all the way.
Just charges all the way through the freaking base. Wind Waker backs out. Now the Hex onto the Wraith King. Nothing is capable of being punished as of yet, although they
Torrent
down somewhat low there. Okay, maybe the start of something good. The fear pulls him back in. They also have the Dark Portrait. Toronto Tokyo starts to die. Toronto Tokyo eats the cheese, tries to do what he can. The boat's going to go out to get the rum buff. Trying to take down that zombie house. Great shards controlling. Wind Waker lifts him up, but now the pull back in with the tidal wave, and they manage to find one.
Oh,
the kick a little off the mark, not the way FNG wanted it, but now the snowball into GPK. He's going to BKB and run out.
Plays it safe there too. BKB with the Arcane Blink.
So they do hold on, but it is only getting the 1 kill hurts.
I mean, they've only lost, what, 1 Rax? It's true. You know, life's okay. Get out there, have to find some big kills. Not going to be easy for sure, but as we discussed before, they have the damage. That they certainly have, right? If Muerta gets her space, the damage is there.
Definitely. Well, I'm trying to get into the next set of items for her too. Yeah, you can see that she was able to unload into him.
Unfortunately, Squadix won't be able to get this refresher right now either. Did lose the recipe on the courier.
So in terms of the next few minutes, we know what we're waiting for eventually, and that's going to be the 60-minute items.
Of course, yes.
Which BetBoom are going to get almost instantly.
Yeah, the minuses that will be saved up there when you minus a creep and the new neutrals are out, you get one instantly. So that will be the plan.
For BetBoom, do you think that's what they try and like wait for before they fully commit? Do they just sort of secure themselves the next Roche? What's the game plan looking like for these guys?
I think they are very comfortable just moving on the map right now because Virtus.pro has left their base. I think they just want to shepherd them all back into the base and look for the next Roche. Yeah, maybe they'll wait for the neutral items anyway because Roche isn't for another, like, at minimum 40, and then of course it could be 3 more minutes, and then at that point it's really close.
Right.
It will depend a little bit on that timing. But overall, I feel like they're just so powerful right now. I don't think they need to wait for the neutrals. If anything, that's probably going to give more value over to Virtus.pro if you get something crazy on Muerta.
Fair enough.
Or like Ex Machina or something on these heroes, you know, because they all have refreshers on BetBoom, right? It's like,
yes,
there's quite a few around already. They don't need the Ex Machinas.
Well, refresher, speaking of which, is just about completed for the Kunkka, but Courier is dead for another 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough.
So that part's a little annoying for him.
All right, so relatively fast Roche, under a minute here. That means it will be Radiant side that it spawns.
So another Aghanim Scepter maybe be handed over.
Okay, yeah. Of course, it's only Invoker, yeah. Because everything has bought his own.
So everybody has their own eggs except for Invoker.
Yep.
Good to know. So really, they're getting less value from the Roche, so it's good for VP when they get it, right? That's how that works?
There you go. Now you are learning.
53, and they'll hold it. Arcane Blink forward, holding this area. And this is looking eerily similar to what we saw in the last fight that did not go so well for VP as they run on in.
That is not the hero. Not the guy you want to see.
They didn't break smoke at the very least.
That's true.
So they know what's going on here. And BetBoom at least have not gained that extra bit of information. Scan connects.
And he's going to try and ward and go for a huge kick. He's going to do his best American football kicker impression.
Can they do it? Nightfall, they find a backline. Squadix breaks smoke. They've got him immediately.
Uh-oh.
Snowball, can't connect. They missed. Not able to get him. He jumped away too quickly, and Nightfall is kind of separated from the rest of the squad, but they do throw in Toronto Tokyo. Okay, he's almost dead very rapidly by Kiritich. He goes down. Now a big green monster is there. Starts to take down Pure on top of Pure. Pure is gone too. Okay, a good fight for VP. Can they find even more? Trying to take a second life away from this race. Save comes in just in time, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Nightfall now turns onto him and destroys Kiritich. Noticed in further trouble. Do they have anything extra? They need a Dark Portrait. They need something, but they can't connect. They're going to lose the Grimstroke. The Noticed Doom is also going to fall. As BetBoom reassert dominance, they did force out at least one buyback, Pure as well as Toronto Tokyo.
That is a big one to have on Pure for sure. That's good news for them. They didn't immediately buy back on the Muerta and try and get back into the fight. That is because Muerta, you know, she's in some ways a bit of a transformation hero. Like, you really want to use that Pierce the Veil, so buying back without it can feel very, very painful, even though they're fighting down here by the Radiant Outpost where it feels like, hey, this is your chance, right? You can actually fight this for a second time. They'd rather take advantage of it on the high ground, and probably largely due to that buyback from Pure. Because now they can say, hey, if we fight on the high ground, we get the kill from Pure, you know, that'll be a dieback.
I love that moment where he's holding the snowball and he sees Pure just jump away and he knows, like, this isn't going to end well.
I'm very dead. Yeah.
Did manage to get the kick on a Toronto Tokyo, though, which I think helped out of that fight a lot.
Yeah, helps bring him down here, but then Kiritich, of course, not able to get any spacing, thanks to that ghost that's up there from the Undying as well.
Oh, and look at that. Back in the world that we're living in, they left the cheese in the pit, too.
Okay, nice.
Hex, Torrent, pulls him back in, lifts him up, Notice is there, and the Doom, Pure decided not to go in. And Pure now also caught in a weird position. Pure,
baby.
What are you doing? It's a dieback.
He does have the Aegis, but this is the big thing about Kunkka, right? The stats resistance doesn't matter.
And got him caught. He's not going to be able to get away from this, most likely. The lower spot. No! He gets out. Are you kidding me? How?
You know,
Dude,
most wanted, dude.
This hero is so dumb.
I can see them putting posters up around the arena right now. Have you seen this cow?
That is insane. All right, we gotta look at the cheese down there in the bottom right-hand corner. I can't believe he lived a second life. Man.
That, of course, now opens up a bit of a dieback condition here on Virtus.pro. As Notice was forced to buy back on that one.
I do love it, though. This is why you first pick this guy, though. And a bold move from VP to let it through, as so far it has not worked out for them. BetBoom still sitting pretty. Now, they did burn through the Aegis, so it's, you know, more of a missed opportunity than anything not being able to take him out, as the heart is now completed for the position 5 Undying.
Yes, of course.
Because why not? The same time that Kunkka gets his.
Okay, that's painful.
I think it was his at least, maybe not.
All right, Kiritich is feeling it. The rest of the team, not so much, so they're going to X him in. All right. This is how you siege.
Interesting.
I mean, Muerta, a very rare thing for a carry to have like such good tower taking ability here, with the use of the gunslinger working on structures.
Wait, so they're actually, because he's still dead on Invoker, this is a bold move from VP to make that type of a play. Oh, got vision for a second. No.
You hear the spear breaker.
It's true. It's really scary, man. It's no joke.
They're catching up to them. They have a ward here. FNG looking to pop smokes with the positioning. Kiritich kind of far up front.
His positioning's great. They find one. Toronto Tokyo starting to fall right at the start. Can they bring him down? Oh, chasing. Invis heading out. No, Pure's chasing too. Kiritich is right there. Tries to bring him down. Cataclysm not going to do all that much damage.
Still holding
and the Doom, they're there right on top of him. And there it is. Pierce the Veil. The turnaround. He almost brought down GPK, but able to get some separation. And now stunned for a long time. Saving the day for BetBoom. Sets up for the kill. That Dark Willow is doing so much.
Oh, barely able to TP out of there as Nightfall blinks in, trying to stop him.
Wow. Just like that. They manage. It looked for a moment like it could have turned around. Now they do still have buyback, and you can see Toronto Tokyo, yeah, for a moment, 9,800 HP. First time that this heart has been bought on Undying. But will it be the last? That's the real question.
I hope so.
GPK, Hex to start. Pure coming from across the freaking map. Tidal Wave tries to get him out, down. Ooh, the Tidal Wave actually breaks the charge, but Nightfall finds himself noticed. BKB tries to run. Squadix in trouble and burns. GPK gets him dead. Does have buyback. Only hero without it right now that's dead is the Tusk. And they would love to be able to go for the kickback play.
They've been holding this buyback on Muerta for so long. So many fights where she hasn't gone for it.
Oh, and BetBoom just trying to clean up. VP, it looks like they are giving up the mega creeps. Pure starts to hit the tier 4 towers. Now there is still the buyback play. Can they end this one here? Are they just going to be content to... Oh.
Yeah, they're rotating around towards it. Thinking about it.
Yep. Last one up top. BetBoom goes in for it. Still 8
They're going to try and get Muerta's refresher here for this fight. So I think they're going to give it up. They're going to try and get a respawn naturally, buy the refresher, and get double Pierce the Veil in the hopes of winning it.
Can they do it? I mean, they're facing Mega Creeps, but still maybe one last gas coming out. Dark Willow hitting the tier 4 towers. FNG, jump forward, Inkswell, kick back one, snowball follow. The Doom is there, they get him caught. Is it enough for the kill? Kiritich chasing, wanting to get something done. Now Squad X hunting also, they connect and find that kill onto the Wraith King. Nightfall, BKB tries to TP out, but the Doom is there, level 25. Gets him caught. No way to get out of there. A second round now. Notice he will have another one. They kill him off again. In trouble. Cataclysm there for the turn. They have enough damage to bring down Kiritich. Kiritich turns, starts slinging those guns, beating into him. Toronto Tokyo still very tanky.
He bought the refresher mid-fight.
Oh my god, he's a carry now. Get the hell out of here. This guy's hard to deal with. But the disarm, the lift up, the torrent's there. The control Pier beats him back in. And Toronto Tokyo, the giant zombie, 12,000 HP, just starts hitting buildings. He is way too strong at this point on this Undying. Heart, everything else. GPK gets hex, Squad X is there. Muerta is back alive again after the buyback. There's the refresher, pulls him in, wants to bring him down and turns for the Pierce the Veil, but save. Does he have enough damage?
Oh, how do you like it,
down and gets him caught and killed. Nightfall with the turn refresh starts being into him. Okay, maybe a chance. Nightfall.
6 seconds.
Almost gone. No, but he gets away. The lift up from GPK keeps him alive. Second round.
Oh, he walks back in.
Can they get him? Do they have enough? Yes, they will. That's GPK dead. No buyback on either Pure or the Dark Willow. If they can actually make this fight work, wait a minute. There might be a chance. Kiritich hexed up. Can they get him out of there in time? The Inkswell is there for the turn. They find the finish to get out. Squad X there with the control, the break, the hits. Does he have enough? Toronto Tokyo getting lower, but is just going to back out. This is a dangerous territory. There are no buybacks right now on any of the Dire. They find him with the Walrus Punch and the kill. Dead for 2 minutes.
They're being swarmed by creeps in their base, but they're going to hold the line at least one more time on Virtus.pro. Amazing positioning in this fight here from Kiritich, managing to stay alive. The use of the refresher to get the second attempt there on the Pierce the Veil, unbelievable. And Nightfall, too, lurking in the back there, waiting to jump back in there with another ulti. With this overwhelming blink, so close to just ending the game and taking this Muerta down for 7 minutes. No buyback here. She has to still worry about that.
They are just now ticking back into it, though. So this actually isn't as bad for BetBoom as it looked like it could have been for a moment. They will have buyback back on the Spearbreaker. But actually not the Undying. He doesn't have the gold for it. Okay, they're picking up Wisdom Runes. Still 250 gold away.
Muerta's courier. It's got a mission here. It's thinking.
Oh,
she's doing some quick math here.
I mean, you've got. I think you have to go for the all-in play. They're going to go for it. I mean, Rapier is queued up.
She's still pretty poor, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough.
Oh, here we go, though.
Doesn't have a refresher.
Coming out here.
Okay.
62 minutes. We spent so much time fighting in the base. It's time to go out and farm some items.
They can get him. FNG going to look for a kickback play, maybe. I mean, it's still a 31,000 gold lead, but gold lead matters so much less as the Rapier is completed than these buybacks. And again, you don't have buybacks on Invoker, on Wraith King, on Dark Willow. And honestly, actually, Spearbreaker bought out. So they're close to buybacks, but don't quite have them yet on those two heroes either.
Somebody buy this Muerta, Moonshard.
Roche is back up. I mean, decision-making here is really, really close.
All right, what do we got here, folks? Are Virtus.pro going to do it or what? What's going on?
Do it? We'll see. The crowd's starting to believe they're going to instead go for a second lane of racks.
Do you like a Rapier?
Is this jump in? Nightfall, Rapier Gaming. They're starting to kill him. That's one life. Noticed on top with the Doom. They try and charge through, but they don't have anything. They got him caught. Starts to fall. Wind Waker wants to get out, but he can't get away. That Wraith King is gone, but look, in the base, they're still chasing in. Book of the Dead starts to take it down. They're onto the Ancient. At the moment, they're starting to bring him down low. They needed to TP back with one. Squad X is out. That is what they needed to do.
Oh, GPK, he breaks up their YOLO push there.
Oh, GPK, that is the play that they needed. It was getting testy. They did manage to bring that Wraith King back alive. Holy moly, that was close. Refresher, Wraith King. That is what saved him right there.
And of course with the Aghanim Scepter there too, it just never ends. It's these constant green zombies.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage in this one. And Roche is back up again now. 30-30. And what are the items that we're getting into? VP should be able to get a couple of them now, right?
Did they even find any?
I don't think so. Yeah, there's the cheese. A little leftover garbage from earlier.
Yeah, I don't think they've actually managed to get their tier 5s at all yet for Virtus.pro. So they got to go and start hunting for them right now.
Yeah, this is the window. They need some time, but of course it's scary.
It's so scary.
You do go in and now manage to claim the...
I don't want the Aegis. I mean, anybody? All right.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Picking up the cheese. Dude, don't leave that in there. That's pretty important.
I mean, they want to give it to Willow so she can dump hers, yeah.
All right, fair enough. A little bit of inventory management.
Do we have any yet still?
Wait, did he just rebuy Refresher? Oh, because he had to sell Refresher to get Rapier.
They still have no tier 5s on Virtus.pro.
I mean, this is the window to get him.
There's a camp link right there. Let's go. Let's go, FNG. What do you got? What do you got? He's farming. All right, not lucky.
Not lucky.
Should have bought a minus.
That's the key.
Okay. Oh, there's
That's one.
All right.
It's going to send that back for the other heroes.
Oh, my God. Unlucky for Kiritich. Takes down the Ancient, doesn't get one.
They should be able to get some soon.
Jeez, this is tough.
Yeah, they're not getting any.
Help him out.
Need that Midas. All right, Pirate Hat from Huerta.
Oh, okay. All right, that's better than the Moon Shard.
And Giant's Ring for the Kunkka. I mean, the fact that BetBoom are actually letting them get these, it's helping VP a lot.
FNG is so unlucky.
Yes. Has not been able to get that many. So Pirate Hat gonna start digging. Still Rapier on deck. A Book of Shadows for the Doom.
Is he just trying to smoke home? Oh, FNG, this is so scary.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Not a care in the world. No fears.
Well, absolutely huge that at least got it on Huerta. Clearly the most important hero here.
Oh, yeah.
But it can all go wrong so fast.
Oh, it definitely can. And is this the beginnings of it? FNG caught the big old Toronto Tokyo. 9,700 HP with 1 round of decay.
I mean, that's one of Pure's BKB.
Look at this guy. He's got Giant's Ring too. How can you stop him? He's hitting so hard.
They're going for the throne.
He's going for the throw, but into the fountain. Maybe they're going to go. Toronto says, I'll do it myself. Position 5, my ass. I'm taking your buildings. But the Hex is there. Wait a minute. Have they gone too far? If you don't hit heroes, they're going to start hitting you.
In the well.
One. He's into the well indeed. GBK trying to do what he can. Still trying to take the Ancient as a ghost, but he dies.
He's still in the fountain. He's trying to fight his way out.
Nightfall in trouble, Pure.
Oh, don't die for him.
Hoping to get out of there, but they find him. Feared, caught, going to be killed. The buyback from the Undying now. Wait a minute, they managed to catch him here. Still on to the Ancient with all these creeps, but they don't have enough. That is going to be a dead Wraith King, and he doesn't have buyback either.
Oh, they're holding. Virtus.pro with this Huerta. She's in the midst of that fight. I can't believe she lived for so long.
Well, and also the decision to just go for the throne. I mean, they don't have Glyph, but 23,000 damage. They almost did nothing with the exception of Wraith King, and that was just Radiant burn only.
Look at Pure calculating here. Some angles.
He wants
He's
it.
coming in. Oh, what a charge! He gets the wave.
That is insane. I mean, there's another wave here, but maybe it doesn't matter.
Calculating.
Pure. Okay,
He's got to make something happen.
Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. You get a little bit
that's his buyback. That's his buyback.
Caught in the cookie jar. That is 4 dead. Virtus.pro, they're not to be denied as they've got their eyes on these tier 4s. Okay, what do you have left? How much left in the take? I mean, they will not have the Invoker
they
or
can't
the
get the
Wraith
wave.
King. They're trying to do it.
They have
They're trying
Glyph.
to end this.
They have the Glyph.
What can they get? How much can they do? Pure jumps through, gets them all. Caught for the moment, but can he get out? Going to go for the BKB, the walkaway. Kiritich right there on top of him.
Half HP.
Doing what they can. Second round refresher.
Save is kind of huge. Save has the Pirate Hat. Save has a Moon Shard.
He's going to hit very hard. And just like that, Pure, he kills off all the creeps again. He gets out. He also has a block of cheese. He's gone. The little whippersnapper, he gets out of there. Unbelievable. How is this even fair, Trent? What is this hero?
Okay, we got Huerta on one side, we got Spear Break on the other. It's fine.
That's fair. That's a good point. Well, cheese is down. Oh, and yeah, there's more Lotuses as well. We already have, I'm pretty sure that is a full block of cheese, if I'm not mistaken, on Spearbreaker. Am I crazy?
Like he has enough?
I thought that he had a...
No, he just had a cheese in his backpack.
Okay, he had a cheese in his backpack.
And a shield rune, I think.
Oh, the bulldoze, that's what it was.
He's fading.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Nailed it. Because level 30.
Yes, you get a barrier. And for some reason, people take the other one with the bash chance. Weird. Yeah.
So the other thing, too, to consider is there is going to be this other window where both teams have Glyph. I don't anticipate BetBoom are going to try and go in for the all-in play again. Mega Creep's, I mean, obviously really important. It means that you can only really go in through mid. There's still a tier 2 up top. That tier 2 standing up on the top side of the map is absolutely another thing that's winning BetBoom this game.
It's true. It's making it a lot tougher for the final finish there.
Oh, yeah.
The ability to just like constantly focus on that really one wave in the mid, as you can see from Pure, just ensuring that they were going to have that one locked down for themselves and they can't just push up. Kanka has 9,000 gold.
I mean, we're 70 minutes in. Everybody, we're back here, the international late game Dota in Seattle. This is what we wanted to see. This is what we were hoping for. And I'd love to get it for all you beautiful people out there in the crowd.
I think this game is longer than the first series.
It might have been. You're not wrong. And, well, BetBoom, I mean, they don't feel safe either. I mean, with good reason. Somehow, like, they still are missing buyback for gold on Wraith King. Like, stop buying items for a second. Make sure this
it's expensive. Look, it's at $37.50. You got that laying around? Inflation's tough, man.
I mean, he has a Radiant in his backpack. He'd sell that thing. Get it out of here.
Nah, you make a fair point, but he got a refresher.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Squad X takes it down. Tidal Wave, kill the wave. Kiritich revealed. So this is the other thing to watch. I remember a game earlier on, I think it was Tundra that was playing it maybe, where they had Treant Protector late game with like Spectre Spirit Breaker.
Yes.
And you would see these like, you know, charges across the map. I kind of feel like Cataclysm, and then if you see somebody solo pure charging, and then Boots of Travel level 2, like we're finding new ways to, you know, make somebody feel terrible, but it's devastating.
It's the boots level 2 that are just absolutely ridiculous in the late game. That 2-second TP, whether it's escaping or joining fights, can be so crazy.
Yes. So again, for those of you that have been gone for a long time, you can TP onto your ally and join in. So what that means,
you get to be old Tinker.
Yes. What that basically means is that, you know, Spirit Breaker sees that there's one person solo on the other side of the map, charges, he gets there in a second, the rest of the team shows up and they're gone before they can even really do anything. So Spirit Breaker, not just great at getting you to the late game, but also broken when you are in the late game.
Now, we did eventually get all those neutral items as well for the Radiant, and Notice has one that's very important, and that's going to be the Book of Shadows.
Right.
And that is one that can really just turn an entire team fight or grief your team. So, very difficult item to use in the late game, but as you can see, it only has a 6-second cooldown with his current items. That is crazy.
That is actually going to be a huge
It lasts for 4 seconds. And you can do it on enemies too, and they become silenced, muted, and disarmed for 4 seconds. So theoretically, he could just like get rid of Nightfall.
Yes, get rid of Nightfall. You could get rid of Toronto Tokyo, who's proven to be a really big problem.
Get rid of Save, I mean, at this point, honestly, because that Dark Willow sitting in the backlines is way too dangerous. She is the Muerta as well.
But that's only if like you can even target her. Like Save also is going to be really hard to focus down. No, I mean, oh, they finally did take that tier 2 tower, and now we're going up towards high ground. Up top, interesting. Okay, with the Book of the Dead for themselves and Kiritich stepping forward, they bring down that tower pretty quickly. That is actually really good for VP, the fact that tower's gone.
It's so hard to actually just fight out there. You know, they actually got enough time on the map to get themselves up there. They couldn't clear the waves in time. Does anyone care to take Roche? I feel like BetBoom probably don't. We do need Aghanim still and a couple heroes on the Radiant. Actually, it's just Muerta. Never mind. I mean, Grimstroke, of course, could synth. Tusk could synth. They would be happy about that, but the Muerta, the parting shot, which we've seen quite a bit so far in the road to the international, at least.
Right. It is a very interesting dynamic, and yeah, I think so. This is actually pretty huge for them. The fact that they're going to get the Aegis and now set up for it. I mean, look at how quickly it drops, first of all. But this is more gold injected into the team because now it's what, Tusk, I think, that got the Aghanims for himself and is going to be able to sell out the Ags that's in his inventory.
It looked like he was holding it, yeah.
So that's something to watch for.
Is parting shot that bad? He just doesn't want the button. Doesn't want to misclick or something.
Yeah, I guess. And has another Rapier queued up now, too.
Okay, that's true.
Late game Dota becomes very strange. This is the thing, right? Like, obviously we've had all these crazy fights and stuff that battles out that happened, but now they just have to, on the side of BetBoom, wait for the buybacks to come up, and that gives so much of a window for VP to pull themselves back into this game that you're no longer in as dominant of a position. Obviously, all it takes is one fight for BetBoom, and they're going to win the game. But finding that fight, if they lose it, it is going to fall out of their hands.
You know, Squadex also has a rapier queued up on the Kunkka.
That's pretty hype.
That's an interesting one. I mean, got into the Deso in the later parts of this game. Has the level 30 talent with the 2-second tiebreaker.
Right.
Kind of terrifying.
That is interesting. I mean, and the other thing, too, about this is that because you're playing against Mega Creeps, you're almost always going to have something that you can cleave off of. That's one of the issues you run into.
And zombies, and
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
There's a lot of stuff going on in these fights.
That's an Octarine Tusk.
Yeah, that is.
Why not?
I mean, he had a Synthiags, you know, life's good. So that the big thing for that is really just the survivability. I'd love to see him get a Yules if he could, or like an Octarine Core, right? Because then you get multiple snowballs, multiple kicks off.
Right.
It's kind of the dream.
Well, lane's being dealt with. And they do spot for a moment.
He's killing the Tormentor. Okay. His Book of the Dead, he was like, can they do this? No, the answer was no.
No.
They very quickly perished.
Yeah, those do not survive. Book of the Dead, pretty cool, but not that cool.
Undying still doesn't have Shard.
Okay.
Still can't get your team to do Tormentor.
The
75 minutes into the game.
I think. At least he didn't for a little while.
Yeah, you're right. He's missing it too.
I mean, this guy, he has 8,900 gold. He's just not getting it. Wanting to, you know, make sure that he's all saved up and ready to go. But yeah, both teams at this point terrified of actually running into each other in a fight. I mean, this is the part that's weird too, is like elimination game. It all comes down to this.
Muerto's looking at buying eggs right now.
Oh.
It's like I have nothing else to spend it on.
Well, they're waiting for next Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, my Tusk could never afford the synth, so I gave it to him. I'll farm my own. Already has the Moon Shard consumed. There's an Octarine Core on the Kunkka. There's an overwhelming Blink on the Undying. Get enough strength up. That's something.
That's going to hit really hard. Okay. Off to this side.
He just drops the wards. It's like, I can't. I'm no longer a support. Just put them on the ground.
Exactly.
I don't want these things. I need room for my overwhelming Blink.
I mean, it does really become a problem as Willow is also queuing up for Rapier. Okay, this
Nightfall queuing up for Rapier. Okay, cool.
We're getting to some territory where every hero becomes massively important. And again,
come high ground, guys. Yeah,
I think everybody's getting in on the fun.
I think when you're the ones up a game, it's kind of on you. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's only fair. You should be the ones that have to go high ground first.
Absolutely. Now, everybody understands what the situation is. And, I mean, again, the play like this of Kiritich to even just show on a wave for a second, it's important to notice how scary that moment can be. If they can anticipate your movements, you're going to be going down.
It's so scary to try and make a play outside the base right now, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to be out there. I want the safety. Nice little high ground. Buybacks.
It's a good place to be. And, of course, the other key thing here is going to be the glyphs, making sure that, you know, you're not using those unnecessarily. Because while it didn't work fully last time, there was still that like opportunity, and you could see how strong it could have been for BetBoom with just running in with the, you know, Wraith King zombies. And by zombies, I mean dead heroes that are coming back to life.
There's a lot of things happening in this one. There's a lot of zombies. We got zombie shooter lady. We got the zombie house, as you keep calling the tombstone. I was gonna let it keep sliding, but now that we have some time, what's up with that?
Yeah, I like the zombie house.
The zombie house?
I mean, it's evocative, you know?
But they're not like in the tombstone. They come out of the ground.
That is true.
So it's not really their house. If anything, it's a hero house if you get the shard.
What would it be then? It's like
it's a tombstone.
Okay, that's fair.
It has a name.
I'm gonna keep calling it zombie house.
All right, that's fine.
You know what we haven't seen was the grab ally. Where's that at? He doesn't even have the freaking shard.
I mean, you know,
this guy bought. Look at the Undying inventory.
Okay,
he bought
have you accidentally used it on an ally because they get mad?
Everything, and it just doesn't get it. No Aghanim shard on the Undying. How good would that be this game? That's crazy.
You accidentally self-cast it. The fight's ruined.
Just don't accidentally do it. All right, whatever.
Just don't make mistakes.
Oh, and the fantasy points. Now that's a good one.
Oh,
look out.
Okay, I see. This is very important now. All right, so Kiritich, the big winner in this one, presumably.
Whoever picked Kiritich. Another rapier now in the hands of Nightfall.
Okay.
They called for them to come high ground. Are BetBoom the ones getting bored? Or they're the ones that are ready to make a move?
Well, I've seen this move in pubs, right? Where you're like, oh, it's okay, we're not defending, come high ground. I think that's what he's hoping for.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, they pushed out one creep mid, and now we're sending the... yeah, look at that. It's actually doing some damage. Oh, baby, look at it fall. It's going to go down. Bam! One
And the crowd goes wild.
They managed to take an... Listen, that is the first objective that's been taken in a very long time. They did it. Also interesting to see the Revenant's Brooch for the Spirit Breaker.
I've been waiting for that for the Willow as well, right? In the matchup versus the Muerta.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, certainly a great item versus the Muerta, and one that we don't get to see all too often because it is very expensive.
Yes.
But when you get to these late game situations, this is something about Dota that is often theory crafted, but not really seen, of course, is these mega late game moments. So you might not have ever tried something, but you need to have these things in your mindset just in case you do find yourself in an 80-minute game on the TI stage in the first day of Seattle.
First day. And now out. And now smoke. Muerta not in it. Pure waiting. Just to the side, they break for a moment, and immediately they run away. Dangerous times. Who's going to blink first? Toronto Tokyo drops the zombie house up on the high ground, and now the jump forward. Onto FNG. Tries to back away, already at 12,000 HP. Now the charge comes through onto Pure. Can he manage to get anything off? We'll have the snowball and the cheese. Rotates, rolls in, tries to get out after. Does he have a blink?
Yep.
Yes. But the separation, it's still there. He's caught now in the shards. The rest of them are left all alone, and the team has given up FNG for dead.
He's testing out power.
That's 13,000 HP on Toronto Tokyo, but no mana. Interesting.
He's just dancing in the fountain here. Yeah, there you go. Giant.
Look at how big he is. He's bigger than the Ancient. Oh my God.
Let's just defend him instead.
You know, I've done that in demo mode a couple of times. I didn't think I'd actually see it in a pro game. This is what happens when you get to 81 minutes. I feel like, I don't remember what the record was previously for longest game, but
please no.
This might be one of the games where we actually get there.
Oh, once you hit 80 minutes, you know.
Oh yeah.
Everything's out the window. People are starting to make their way up to level 30.
Totally.
Everybody on the Dire except for Toronto Tokyo is already level 30. Only 2 though.
Squadix. BKB. Yeah, that one hurts. That was a lot of damage.
Bit far out for having somebody dead.
Wow. Yeah, gets caught for a moment, and VP, they've gotten a little bit too comfortable. Now, again, if you can force any buybacks here for BetBoom, this would be huge. Can they get anything out of this?
All right, Kiritich is ready.
Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Kiritich throws out one, the dead shot's there. Tombstone, Ewell's buyback already there for the Kunkka.
Has to pierce the veil though, almost defensively versus save.
I think with the buyback, BetBoom are gonna let that one go though. They don't want to attempt any further unless VP step out of their base here. They're waiting nearby. Wait a minute, are they actually thinking about going? A kill on the Kunkka is obviously great, but if you're fighting into the base, it can be very scary, particularly with Tusk ready to go. Jump in, find him. X already down to half HP, pops the BKB, tries to back away. Ghost ship there, keeping him alive. He's able to get it off. He gets out. The neutral item keeps him alive for the moment. Sunstrike aiming for it, wasn't able to connect.
Pierce the veil in 5 seconds here, and they're going to retreat back. So no refresher having to be used there from Kiritich is massive, and unable to get themselves another buyback forced out. As Notice survives.
The value right there of the Book of Shadows. Self-cast on the Doom keeps him alive. And showing that this one, it's not going to be simple trying to end it for BetBoom. You're going to have to take a risk at some point. And now, I mean, they probably, there's another Roche ready.
GPK is checking it out. It's like, do I even need this?
Do I care? Yeah, they're TPing it. They're going to claim it. Okay, so Aegis, if nothing else, you're at least taking it away from VP. All right, do you think they deny the Aegis? Is there any chance?
No.
Okay.
Surely someone will find a use for it, right? I mean, Save is getting the important item, though. Has realized that, you know, I need this Revenant's Brooch.
Okay, they're just going to leave everything in the pit. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, GPK decides to take it. Aghanim Scepter, some garbage, but look at Kiritich, backdoor. Oh, wait a minute now.
This is how an Ags gets left behind.
That's the X mark spot. Interesting. With the creeps taking over. Wait, is that a Helm of the Dominator? It was.
The necessary late game plays.
Wait, who has that?
It's on the Doom.
Oh yeah, it is. Notice playing Helm of the Dominator. First time on this hero, 123 minutes. Excuse me, an hour and 23 minutes.
He needs the Overlord so they can get the time creep so that, help with this Pierce the Veil.
Rapier, second one bot.
All right, but Save has the item. The Octar. I mean, this is position 1 Willow at this point, right? It's like fully done, and she has all the magical items that you need, the special Willow items.
And just goes for the double. Not actually assembling it in inventory.
With one in the stash.
Okay, triple Rapier Kiritich.
I mean, at this point, get rid of the Lincolns. I mean, what are we doing here?
Dude, Helm of the Dominator, actually, I think if they can get it there with the X marks, she takes the whole thing. A second Rapier now bought also for the Wraith King. Oh, we are in a weird position. I mean, you might need to buy like some halberds or something.
Does the price go down when there's so many, like supply and demand here?
I don't think it works that way.
Okay, well, how about with another one?
Maybe. We can dare to dream. All right, the creep, it's going. Look at him. Look at him. They're sending him off. Are they going to try and do a TP play onto this? The little archer that could. He's heading out. Kiritich. Oh. Well, there was a battle, maybe a brewing over to the side, but the TP in. Dun, 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 dun. Tries to take it down and.
Oh, the X! He ran out!
They got him caught! Kiritich, no!
Not my Rapiers! GPK was on that so fast. Was sitting there lurking in the side.
Oh!
Got him.
Oh, that one hurts. Save now double Rapier Willow. Oh, goodness. 69,000 gold lead and a pirate hat to boot.
Didn't even get the racks either.
That feels really bad, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
GPK is AFK for a second here. There he comes.
So Kiritich will have another Assemble Rapier, I think. Is that right? Was that a fourth one then? Yeah, he has one in inventory and one in stash.
Yeah.
With buyback. Nightfall jumps in.
Has the buyback.
Kick back. The buyback's there. Can they? Oh! 2-shot. Got to be careful.
Remember the throne. Remember the throne.
He's gone. The throne is there. It's exposed, but nobody is hitting it. Notice tries to get out, but God, they do so much damage with the rest of these heroes. Now kicking back in. The tombstone, double tombstone's down. The throne exposed. Pure, all on top of it. Can they bring it out in time?
Save.
He's in the Shadow Realm and trying to end the game. The control, it's going to be there, but they find the Hex, trying to kill him. Saves, they're in it. Toronto Tokyo ends the game. And